spirits of the dead. How's everyone doing, my babies? I'm only 3 minutes late today. This is awesome. I'm so on time. On time for the spirits. Welcome to the Necromanteion, my babies. Okay, let's see. Let's see who's here. Thanks for waiting, my babies. Let me just prep everything. How's everyone doing, my babies? Okay. The internet is slow. All right. Okay, we got people in the chat. Give me 1 second, baby. All right, mommy's back. All right, everything's in order. Shakara, hey baby, I got your question, my baby. Thank you. Yeah, I got your question in the PayPal. Do you want me to do your question at the end, baby, so you can find it easily? And I'll wait for you anyway, so maybe you'll have time to like come back and stuff. How's that? Let me know, baby. No problem, baby. CJ, hi. Sure, I can do you first as well, baby. We can start with your question. I just, if you're definitely not coming back, then I'll just do yours first. You have some, it might take longer than 7 minutes though. I don't want to shortchange you on it. Because it's spirit messages, you know. Is that okay, baby? I can do something now. I just don't want to give you like half a reading. Let me see in the PayPal. Spirit's always got time for you, but now. Let's see. Do you want me to do it now real quick? All right, let's see. So, baby, so this is a question, a general question for the spirits. Let's see what spirit is coming through. What is the purpose of Dre? All right. I'm doing yours now, baby. We're just getting straight into the readings today, my babies. Okay, there's a card coming through. Okay. There's something about Dre, like, there's something about, not the situation, but their soul that's kind of like locked in. This is someone who's kind of like a prisoner of something. And there's a spirit that's trying to come through. There's like a spirit from the other side who's speaking, who has experience of that kind of imprisonment of the mind. It's almost like, Shakara, it's almost like their spirits, their guides are coming through to speak from the other side. Yeah, Two of Swords. This is someone who's like, you're dealing, we'll see what the purpose is, but straight up, like the bottom line here is that you're dealing with someone who's who has a lot of inner demons. That isn't necessarily a bad thing. We overcome those, but there's like a lot of imprisonment around this person. So it's like, you know, it's like their upbringing was like limiting in some way, or they feel limited in some ways. Let's see. You may be feeling that. Maybe you have, you know, questions around the connection. Even if it feels super deep, there could be a sense that the other person is limited or limiting themselves in some kind of a way. You agree. Okay. Stuff from childhood as well, you know, maybe like, you know, it's like someone who's a prisoner of their own mind, or like, you know, their parents, or like a critical formative parent or guardian lives rent-free in their mind. Oh, okay. So there's trauma attached to that. Okay. He's bound to it. He's blocked. Like it's like the cage around him, baby. Okay. That's not necessarily, you know, bad, but let's see. Please show me spirits, the Jinn and the Jan. Spirits of the dead, please show me what is happening. What spirit is coming through? Judgment. So the dead are coming through. There's almost like a magical spirit coming through for you, my boo. Shakara, you could be connected to Hermes or Mercury himself. You know, this could be a guide that you might want to be working through. Like, there's a healer spirit, someone who is very attached to magic or healing. Maybe it's somewhere even like, maybe it's like someone you're related to either in this life or in a past life, but it's like a healing magician energy. Someone has come through. Maybe someone who used to bring the dead back to life, but like through medicine and stuff like that. Could be like medicine or magic. And if it's an ancient, I think it's an ancient energy, so it could be both, one and the same. So this spirit is speaking. Let's see, what is the purpose of joy in my baby's life? There is a journey you're meant to be on, for sure. You got the Chariot, you got the Knight of Swords. Oh, your grandma was a witch? Could be. Could be. That kind of lineage, maybe someone related to that. I can pull some more cards later if you have time to see if she's speaking as well. You're meant to be on a journey together. I think you had a past life together for sure. So at least there's like, you know, a soulmate level relationship here. There's a journey that needs to be taken. The Chariot and these two knights here on this horse. You know, maybe that you were friends or even friends in arms in a past life, or you had some kind of a shared project. You're meant to be helping each other. Four of Cups. At the end of the journey is understanding what it is that we are rejecting in our lives. And this isn't, you know, don't freak out. He's not here to like teach you about rejection, that he's going to reject you. I know you're in separation now, but this is a lesson in, you know, the things that we allow in our lives. You know, what are we rejecting in terms of our own feelings? So for him, the lesson is probably around, you know, rejecting the freedom to love, or, you know, going back to those traumas, allowing those traumas to block his life, to block his heart chakra. It's about rejecting those negative things. And, you know, for you, what is it that you are accepting in life? What is it that you're rejecting too easily, too quickly? There's something here about acceptance and rejection between the two of you that needs to be played out. It's a whole long journey, though. And a lot of communication. I think he's meant to teach you the importance of communication. And you're meant to teach him that as well. Also, the importance of independent thought. You're both meant to choose something here. And it's all, you know, the readings here are about free will, but the spirits are saying, or at least this specific spirit is saying, this is about knowing which cup to drink from. It's about discernment, both for you and him, what it is that you want and which cup you're choosing and why. And when you reject something, based on what? And it's about not listening to other people. There may be other people giving their opinions in your connection with him. This is a challenge. Great grandma. Okay, baby. So the challenge here is like, you know, maybe there's something about the relationship too that like is in some way like society might frown upon, or like there's just other people involved. So like, you know, friends giving opinions, family members, all this, like nobody else's opinion should matter, but this is about knowing that. I can see why you're saying that it feels like a twin flame union. If you feel like it is, then it is. I don't specifically work with twin flame union readings, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But what's coming through is two people working together and two opposite forces working together. So there's like a sense of you being, two parts of something, maybe even opposites attracting. Or being from like two, I don't know, like two walks of life, or like you may not be, it's like you're the perfect couple. You're almost mirrors of each other, actually, because these are twins. These are actual twins. So again, to answer your twin flame thing, if that's how you feel, there's twins in the card. And these two horses representing two aspects of the light and the dark. So definitely, there is like a sense of mirroring, being very similar, but also incredibly different and going in two different directions right now. But this is about, harnessing that energy and harnessing that power. It may be that this is also meant to bring you closer to your magic and teach you magic and teach him independence from society in some way. Is that making sense, Shakara, baby? Oh yeah, people are involved. So this is about, deep lessons. Look, the Hierophant, this is like a past life contract. These are two, it's like you're definitely meant to be on a journey. You're definitely meant to be helping each other learn the same. It's almost like the same lessons, but you're learning the same lesson from different aspects of it. So, you're coming from, one side and he's coming from the other. So for one person, it will be letting go. For another person, it will be understanding how to open up to things and how to accept things. So, what is acceptance for one person will be a lesson in letting go for another. Doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that it's each other, but it's about, the way of the path, the way of the life. It's deep teacher energy as well, and there's like a very strong contract that needs to be fulfilled. There's also Taurus energy here. I feel like things will still be, you may be experiencing a lot of vivid dreams still in Taurus season, and so will he. That is his purpose. Hierophant is also, a long-term relationship. So if this is something that you're interested in, I don't see any real obstacle here other than the imprisonment of the mind. Oh, you were helping him to open up into, yeah, great. Then it's like, you got those scales going and you're supposed to even each other out. So together you could be, the Chariot is manifestation in its purest form. So together you could be this amazing fighting force, like a power couple. And if you're marriage minded, it's marriage or partnership is definitely on the cards here if you want it and if you want to work on it. There is a warning here. I said this already, but this is like coming through a little bit more specifically. The spirit is saying that there could be gossip around you to do with him, but also like in general, like you and him, you need to be careful of people gossiping because a lot of people might be jealous of you as well, like just in your life, not just when it comes to him specifically, but there's like malicious gossip around you. So be careful about that. Be careful who you trust. Don't tell people, don't tell casual friends all your secrets and stuff like that. Maybe you're already aware of it. But just know that when people gossip about you, it means they're your fans. So let's see about your great grandma. Oh, okay. So you caught her. Yeah, just ignore. It needs, all those things need to be ignored. For some reason, it's like, people are inspired to gossip about you. Don't let it hurt your feelings. Feel sorry for her because she's obviously, people who gossip, they're jealous, they're interested. If you're interesting, you're worthy of jealousy. Nobody gossips about people who aren't interesting, where, about people who are in a position that we want to acquire. I don't gossip about boring people. 2 weeks ago. I would just be open to understanding that that's just going to be part of the path. That's just going to be how it is. And there's, you said sister, 'cause there's women in the card, could be the whole family, a family of women. They could all be related to each other. We're close, from a community that is close to each other, like close knit, like friend group and stuff like that. Yeah. So your grandma is speaking here. You have the 5 of Cups and death itself. So, clearly, this is mourning and death itself. Your grandma is here. I think your great grandma. There's like a powerful energy here emanating from her. But I think the spirit who came through wasn't your great grandma. It was a different spirit, maybe related to her. Maybe they know each other. But the spirit is more ancient. It's some kind of a magical spirit, medicinal and magical spirit. Could be related, but it's way older. And the grandma, your grandma is coming up here in her power in death. So, this is someone who is working from the other side to help you. Always. You can call upon her for help. She's talking to your mom. Yeah. So there could be, poison coming from that because it's like poison cups too. So, this is part of the lesson of discernment. What kind of cup, what kind of thing do you accept? Like, somebody gives you the poison cup of gossip about you. Do you accept it or do you just like throw it back in their face? Don't drink it. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, Bill. You know what I mean? All things, all information, all feelings. What are you choosing to drink out of these cups? And who's offering you the information, the feeling, the opinion? It's interesting. The bells are just ringing here in the morning because it's Sunday in Cyprus and everyone's going to be going to church soon. So awesome. The bells just like rang out, Bill. This is your confirmation. Only accept those things and make you bigger. That, that resonate for you, that make you feel fulfilled. Show me, Spirit. What should my people do? The Spirit is being, okay. The Spirit is saying you don't have to. The Spirit is saying you can do whatever you want. The Magician. You have the magic. You can manifest an ending this forever. You can manifest reviving the connection. The power is within you. I know it's a frustrating answer, but look, right next to it, the 8 of Swords again. As long as he is working on himself and is out of this, look, this is like an illusion. These swords are not really keeping him in there. As long as he's working on those demons and that blockage, that cage he's put himself in, then yes. You can't, then you can actually manifest this relationship again. But it's about, again, for you, discernment. What are you accepting when it comes to his, ability to fight his demons? Because you can't be doing all the work. You're magical in this right now. This is you, the Magician, and here he is, in a little prison. So it's up, Spirit is saying it's up to you. Which road do you choose? You have all these different options. You have like 4 options here, and more. It's, just symbolic. You can have him, but in what state do you want him? Basically, if you want to remanifest this relationship today, you can have it. But is he coming like this to you with all his little demons and limitations? That's you. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. That you're a Gemini. There you go. So this is the question, and you already know the answer because Gemini knows everything, all the perspectives on things. You have the magic within you. Maybe this healing spirit also came through to remind you about that. And, maybe he's activating magic for you right now. Perhaps it's time to give it some time, see how he does on his journey. And then, you can move on and always go back to something after a while. You're most welcome, my baby. It's a beautiful energy. The journey is real. It's up to you how you want to complete it. But I think the main lessons have been established from it, or, you know, the main purpose. It's about you, choices. You have the power to choose, discernment. Serve yourself. Good. Good that you're doing that, baby. That's what it's all about. All right, my baby. Thank you, Spirit. All right, baby. So we started with a quick reading here from my girl because she's got to go. I received some other questions pre-live already. If you have a question for the spirits of the dead, I am taking PayPal questions, my pippas. It is $33 per question for the spirits of the dead. I'm also taking love questions. All the information is in the description box below, so whichever one of those you want to choose. Today we are communicating through the tarot. We're using the tarot as an oracle, and we are communicating with the spirits of the dead. This includes anyone who's on the other side, who has passed, loved ones, friends. Although I can't guarantee that we can get in touch with them, they usually come forward if it's someone that you know. And you can also ask a question of the spirits at large, the spirits in general. And a spirit from the other side will come forward and answer your question. Or spirits, as a collective will. All the information about PayPal is in the description box below. It is $33 per question, my boo. And yeah, so look, babies, let's start out with just like a little bit of information. I'm going to do a little general read too. Then I'm going to get to the questions I got so far. You can send in questions as we do the live. Let me tell you a little bit about the necromancy that I do. So I do a version of tarot that I'm calling the Necromanteion. It's based on ancient Greek practices of speaking with the dead through oracles and through people who were oracles, through signs and symbols. And these were places, Necromanteions, necromantic places of communication with the dead, were actual places. They were like temples, not really temples, they were oracle houses, places of sacredness. They were actual places in ancient Greece where it was believed that the world of the living ended and there was a door or a gateway to the underworld. These places were placed usually by the riverbed. One of those places is the river of Acheron, and this is something that I'm connected to energetically. And that's where I'm placing a lot of my past life work as an oracle and as someone who works with the dead. So I've been working with the dead for many lifetimes, if you believe in past lives. But that's where I'm spiritually connected to. So yeah, there was a river, there was like a little house on the river, and people used to go to that place. They used to eat like hallucinogenic beans and like loads of other things. And then they'd go in and then they'd be given advice from the spirits of the dead, given by the oracle, someone like me. The funny beans and funny, presumably herbs and stuff like that helped the experience. And yeah, so it was on these rivers, and the Greeks believed in the myth, of course. Symbolically, they imagined that these rivers go all the way into the underworld, where the spirits of the dead go, the souls go. All right, Biz. So I'm doing the tarot version of it, using the tarot as the oracle and also myself. Let me turn on my air con. It's kind of funny weather here in Cyprus right now. It's like hot in the day, but cold at night. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Let's see if there's any spirits coming through today. Just some newish gossip first. Sorry, Mommy's just going to get into it a little bit. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning here. Let me know how everyone's doing, baby. So, the necromantic readings, they're not really mediumship readings, but loved ones do come through, but they come through the symbol of the oracle and through my intuition. And your intuition, really, because I'm only the messenger, baby. All right. Okay, so I got, in terms of questions, I also got questions from Tasha. So Tasha, you're going to be the first one on the list. I know I got a couple of questions from you. Let me know if you're here, baby. Just so I know that you're in the live, because I prefer to do the questions when the boo is in the live. But yeah, that's my necromancy story. As far as I know, I mean, I'm sure there's people doing, a version of this, but as far as I know, there's not like a lot of people doing this on a regular basis. In my magical practice, I work with spirits of the dead. I'm not really like a medieval necromancer. I don't force spirits to come through. I never force any spirit or any entity to work with me. I know a lot of people in like some necromancers, like, the whole point is like to force the spirits of the dead to do things for you. But it's a volunteer basis with me because I'm a New Age hippie. So obviously, those spirits who want to work, they come through. In any kind of necromantic practice for me, I do my magic with the spirits of the dead, mainly too. Okay. Bibbies, can someone say something in the chat just so I know that the chat is working? Because I have so many glitches. Elsa, thank you, baby. All right. Thank you, my journey. So that's my whole magical practice. I know that, we're all scrumptious and moisturized here. Carla, hey, baby. Oh, I got to send you a message, Carla, by the way, I believe. Moon Women, baby. Everybody's here. Thank you for coming, Biz. So I always like talking about it. I know, like, it might be boring to people and stuff, but, like, this is my whole passion is talking magic and talking different types of practices and, spiritual practices and types of spirits I work with. Because, we are all angels here, but I do work with pretty heavy energies because I have a heavy energy. I have Saturn in my first house. I have, loads of Scorpio, Pluto and Scorpio everywhere. I am a Scorpio, double Scorpio. So my natural habitat is actually the darkness, which is why, I don't know, I feel like the darkness makes you scrumptious. But I just, I sometimes feel like, all those people who, like, go out of their way to be dark and, like, menacing, maybe they're overcompensating. I don't know, not to, like, trash anybody. It's an aesthetic, right? But yeah, I work with the darkness a lot, and that is my natural place to be. Hades is my father. My mother goddess is Hecate. And the dead help me. I work with them all the time. But also, it's a very individual thing because I just, they chose me. I didn't choose that. It just, this information came to me from the spirits. And I've always been kind of, connected to those types of things like, death and the underworld because of my scorpionic energy. And now, on my path, I understand myself so much more as someone who is a guardian of the tombs, someone who is revisiting on my travels in the Mediterranean. I feel like I'm revisiting a lot of my old haunts, like, former places of work. And it seems to be for a long time I have been working with the dead. Oh, it's so sweet. You're all greeting each other. We have like the best little game here. Okay. So before we get into it, let's do a general reading, see what spirits are here and if they have something to impart to us. This is a new place that I moved into a month ago. So there are still unexplored spirits in this place. There's a lot of spirits here. Interesting. Let me tell you this. Like, I have like there's something menacing here also, and it's not a spirit, but it's an energy. I feel like there's a residual energy. I live in the old town. There's like residual energy of fear here that needs to be banished. I haven't had time to do it, but it's been giving me some pretty awful dreams. Oh my God, the sun's in my face. Let's see what spirits are here. Show me Jin and Jin. Magical spirits. There's a young spirit here, and there's a magical spirit. So there's a lot of magicians coming through today. Hold on, babes. I'm just gonna like pull down my blinds because you can't like. This is weird. 1 second. All right, this is better. No, hold on. All right, improvement. Still kind of like patchy, but okay. So we have a lot of magical spirits coming through today. A lot of magicians. Just another magician. Someone who used to do magic here before. Maybe in this building or maybe on this land around us. But it is a magician. And I do feel like this place has always been very magical. From the moment that I came to see it, like to view it, I knew there was magic here, like strong magic. I knew it was a magical place. And there's a younger spirit here too. Perhaps an ancient spirit. Spirits of the dead who used to be here, maybe even a child or, someone connected to this magical energy, like a helper or an apprentice. 8 of Cups. They went on a difficult journey. There could have been something about their death that was difficult. This is very ancient energy. It could be Roman. They went on some kind of a journey. What message do you have for me, please? Death. You can't make this up. The dead are saying death. 6 of Swords. 2 of Swords. Why is it coming through? Why magician? Why? The magician is saying this is kind of like a general message. So this is for the collective, babies, and if this is your message, you can let me know in the comments below. Maybe somebody needs to hear this. The magician is saying that death is not the end. So do not fear it for yourself and for others. Also, this is about not despairing when someone passes over to the other side, because death is not the end. This is, people are issued here onto the other side with the 6 of Swords. Death is issuing them onto the other side, but it's not the end. And there's something here about someone currently despairing or being in mourning over a person that they lost. Maybe someone has a fear of death. So this is to say, don't worry, death is not the end. Someone could have lost a parent, and it's really distressing. Maybe you had a difficult relationship with this parent. I know we got like a few people in the live right now. Maybe someone's going to be rewatching it later. There's something here about losing a parent with whom there was a difficult relationship, and there's regrets and despair. thinking, is death the end? Death is not the end. There will be reconciliation still. You know what I mean, babies? The Hanged Man, it's just a matter of time for reunions to occur. And this is about not fearing death, not fearing the punishment of death. Death is not punishment, and we're not sent into punishment when death happens. We're sent into reunion. Reunion with the other side. A reunion into the underworld, into Hades together. Like, using the imagery, at least in the symbolism, that the ancient Greeks believed in. Because that's what I work with. This is also very potent energy today because Scorpio, we're on, this is the day, the morning after Scorpio, the Scorpio eclipse. So a lot of energies are being released right now. A lot of things are being released, and a lot of things are coming through from the underworld because it's Pluto energy. Pluto is Hades, very deep Scorpionic energy. Death itself, Scorpio. So it's almost like death, you know, this magician, the spirit of the magician who dwelled here once in ancient times is giving you reassurance regarding death. All of us reassurance regarding death. And even death itself is speaking. Pluto himself, the Lord of the underworld, himself is speaking to us to say, I am not the end. I am only the one who issues you to the other side, the one who welcomes you on the other side. And there's a specific message for someone today about fearing that death is the end. Maybe a parent feared this. A parent could have passed. You had a difficult relationship with. Maybe they did not believe in life after death, and you're worried about them, or there's remorse. So there's reassurance regarding this, that reunion will occur, and this spirit is not in distress, just so you know. Nicole, baby, can I please tell you if your mom is with you? Of course, baby. Babies, I am taking questions for the Oracle of the Dead. It is $33 per question. All the information regarding how to ask the question in the live is in the description box below. I am taking PayPal questions only. It's $33. Send it to me via PayPal, and if you can, include your question in the PayPal. If not, it's okay. You can just ask in the live. If you have a love question, I am also taking those just for the tarot, not for the spirits. You can ask the spirits of the dead any question about anything, or just to communicate with someone to see if there's a message from them. But if you don't want to speak to the spirits of the dead, you can ask me a love question today as well, or a general tarot question. I'll be taking those as well. Hi, Chris. Hey, imaginary friend. I'm sorry today sucked. I need to connect to this magician. It's a very strong magical energy. It's someone who dwells here in this dwelling, the Nine of Pentacles. This magician, it's interesting. They did not show themselves to me before, but I felt Merlin-esque energy here in this tower. It's like, I feel like I live in a tower, and there's like a tower next to me. There's a minaret next to me. Wow, it just started raining, babies. It's going to be a fresh new beginning today. How beautiful. Moon magic, goddess magic, some kind of magician who worked with goddess magic. What I did with Bill. Interesting. Thank you, Spirit. You're welcome, Chris, my baby. So there you go. Gonna drink a little bit of coffee. You know, mommy needs little vague breaks between. Yeah, good to see everyone. Thanks for coming, babies. Fabulous one of number one, the first fabulous, el primero uno. Awesome. Okay. Fabulous. Mommy's always like. So yeah, Necromanteion, I'm taking questions for the spirits of the dead. The way that I work with the spirits is you can ask a question of a specific person. If there's someone you want to connect to, usually loved ones and relatives do come through. I can't guarantee it, but like it's very rare for someone not to speak. And if they can't speak to you, there will be a message regarding why, and a different spirit will come forward. You can even ask, historical figures, famous people, people like Napoleon. We did the Ides of March in March, and I did work a little bit with the energy of Caesar, and I feel like I connected to Caesar. I think he appreciated that we were celebrating him. Interestingly enough, man had an ego after all, so I think he felt the celebration. People like that. You can ask a specific question or ask for messages from the other side, or you can just put it out there and ask a specific spirit. Ask for one spirit, or for the spirit collective to answer the question. All right, Bibbies. Chris, is the eclipse over? Should be, unless you're, depends, I'm not sure which part of the world you're in. It should be. It's not really over. Eclipse energy is now, the Scorpio eclipse is now active, so it will bring a lot of big changes into people's lives, depending on where your placements are for the next 6 months or so, until the next eclipse season. Wow, it's beautiful rain, babies. Okay, so let me see if there's any specific spirits who wish to speak with us. And in the meantime, Tasha, let me know if you're here. And if not, I'm just going to get on. I'm going to delay answering your questions because I want you to be in the live so I can answer it while you're here. Answer your questions because it's going to be more fun for you. And if you don't show up, I'll just keep it till the end of the live, baby. Okay, let's see. Any other spirits coming through? The Jen and the Jane. Someone who is very strong, like there's a male energy. Maybe it's meant for someone here or for someone who's watching this later, babies. There's it's a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be a man, but it's a very masculine energy, like bodybuilding energy, or someone who's very strong. You've got Hercules here. So very strong, who commanded a lot of respect and attention. Maybe a sports person or someone who had a lot of like physical strength was coming through. This is someone who's communicating right now. It's either someone's father or older brother. Someone who was deeply missed. Could have departed before their time. Someone who's deeply missed. The 5 of Cups. There was a woman who was crying over this person, this masculine energy. I think it was someone who loved him very deeply. I don't think it's necessary. I think it's like a partner or someone who was in love with him. This could be even like someone's grandfather or something, like 1 or 2 generations back. It's a very strong man. The death could have been unexpected or even quite tragic. Somebody could have taken their own life here, and they left someone incredibly disappointed. Like the death was an escape for this person. So that's what's coming through. However that happened. Oh, Tasha, hi, baby. That's okay, but Bill, I'm going to do your questions in a little bit. I'm just doing a general reading now from the Spirit, from the Oracle of the Spirits. Yeah, I got your questions, baby. And we'll do you next, okay, Bill? Thank you, baby. Thank you for the questions. Good to see you, Bill. I always wait, you know, like I always wait. If someone sends in a question, we always wait. Worst case scenario, we just keep it till the end of the live so you can find it easily when you rewatch it. Love you too, Tasha. But so in this collective energy, there is a masculine energy who left. The death was an escape. The feminine energy he left behind felt like he had ran away, or like, you know, how could you do this to me? Maybe he did something, maybe it wasn't, you know, it didn't have to be like death by, you know, that this person did something to themselves, but it may have been reckless behavior. Or even someone who fell in battle or something like that, was very like physically strong person, a Hercules. A sports person, a Hercules, someone very strong, fearless. But reckless behavior gave this person some kind of an escape. He could have struggled with life too, you know. Could have had one big specific demon inside of him, you know, like not literal, but like, you know, battling demons, but one specific one. And the Hermit. So this spirit, whoever this spirit is speaking to, it's someone who's watching over you, the Hermit, especially in your darkest times, in your times of loneliness, and in your times of solitude, where you feel like you don't have a friend. This spirit, this strong masculine energy is with you. It's like protection, you know. Particularly if you're a feminine energy, it will be someone who's protecting you. Like, you know, like an older brother or a father would, you know, protecting you from harm, protecting you from sadness, like a little, you know, little bodyguard. Something here about time. The spirit wants to say to you that you still have time for a lot of things. Maybe you think you're running out of time, but that person, that spirit, is saying you have all the time in the world. No matter your age, you still have a lot of time. But just because you have a lot of time doesn't mean that, you know, you shouldn't fill it with wonderful things. So, you know, fill up that time with the things that matter to you. But you have time. Time is on your side. Saturn is here too. Father Time. And the Hanged Man, yeah. A lot of time stuff today. A lot of suspended things. With the Hanged Man, the person is saying you're punishing yourself for something right now, or, you know, overall in your life, you're punishing yourself. Maybe you feel like you haven't achieved the things you wanted to achieve, or, you know, things didn't go your way always so far, but the spirit is saying things will go your way. Sometimes good things take time. No matter how long it takes, it's never too late, you know? It's never too late, and time is on your side. So manifest the life that you want. Don't let your doubts and your demons that you carry within you from other people, you know, other people's opinions, other people's poison, get to you. Brandon Noah. Well, I mean, they really come through because I received them, so depends on what you mean by really and reality. But those are the messages that I'm receiving right now from this person. It's meant for someone. Someone will watch it one day and it will be meant for them. This person, this spirit, was punishing themselves their entire life. Maybe a part of their strength, you know, they wanted to be strong because maybe there was a time in their life when they felt weak, maybe as a little kid, and they wanted to make themselves really strong. So they became like a sports person, or, you know, a fighter, a bodybuilder, a wrestler. They became that because they wanted to protect themselves from something, and they're protecting you right now. Let's see if there's anything I can do for the spirits. Interesting spirit. I think I would even say it's like first part of the 20th century. Ace of Cups. Spirit just wants love. I think they're very, they're coming here with a message of love, and they just want to be honored with love. So if you Bibus want to send the Spirit love right now, there's something here about there being not enough love in that person's early life. Hi, Source of Healing. Send the Spirit love, the strong masculine energy, and I'm going to send him love too. Thank you, Carla Bibil. Thank you, Spirit. All right, we're going to do Tasha's questions now. So, Tasha, baby, you sent in 2 questions. We got, we're going to go over them together. Your friend is there as well, I see. That's awesome. Bibis, if you want to ask a question of the spirits of the dead, it is $33 per question. Information regarding how to ask your question is in the description box below. It's PayPal only. Just send me the PayPal. You can ask the question in the PayPal or here in the live. Just stick around till the end, baby. And what else can I tell you? You can ask a question of a specific person. You can contact a specific person, like a loved one who is passed on to the other side. I can't guarantee they will appear. Most of the time they do. Very rarely are there no messages, but then another spirit will come forward. Or you can ask a question of these spirits in general, and then a spirit who feels qualified to answer and who wishes to work with us today will come forward and give you the message that you need to hear. You can ask about life things, love advice, life advice, whatever, anything in between. The spirits know. The spirits are closer to, the infinite. The spirits are closer to the knowledge. The spirits know more than us. The dead know more than us. All right. All right, Tasha, let's start with number 1. Okay, Tasha, are you still with us, baby? Just want to make sure before I start. There's this very strong message from Sissy. All right, Tasha, baby, I'm just gonna... So let me know where you're still with us, Tasha, baby. I may have rushed into that. Hello, baby. Love G. There's a lot of communication here, though. There you are. Good. There's always, sometimes there's a little bit of a delay. I just want to make sure. There's strong communication here between the two of you. So, this is someone who you had great talks together, or, you really understood each other. There's real love here, Real love. There's a message from you from Sissy. The message is, be careful. I don't, look, and, this is not about freaking out, but it's like, you got the Empress here. So, oh, your cousin. I think you had great chats together. You really understood each other in some kind of a way. Ace of Swords, communication was great, on point. The Empress here is she's saying you're going to be victorious. Yeah, there's always a bit of a delay with Bill. I don't know why for some people more than others. You might want to go like make sure that you're not watching like 1 minute before. So just like make sure you go like to the very end of the video and on your screen to make sure that you're like keep like you're not like 30 seconds behind with the little red dot, you know? You know what I mean? So just make sure that you're like watching it now, like not like 10 seconds ago. Yeah, we're all time travelers all the time anyway. Yeah, all day. Okay, awesome. Sissy is saying that you're going to be victorious despite there being some kind of an unpleasant situation for you in the past or in the present. And if you're not experiencing some kind of an unpleasantness, see, there's like, you know what I see? I see there being people around you. It's like she's saying there's people around you. High Priestess, Five of Swords, who have secrets, who are working. There's a lot of those messages coming through today. Also Pluto energy, you know, releasing things, uncovering secrets. It's people around you who are false friends who don't mean you, like they really kind of, not to say harm, but they do not mean you well. People who may be pretending to be your friends, backstabbing energy, betrayal. Beware of betrayal from friends. People working in secret against you, people who you think are your friends may not be your friends. Hi, Joe, baby. Oh, Tasha, that's so sweet. Or there was a recent betrayal that happened in your life, and you'll know what that's about. That's what she's talking about. Someone really betrayed you, someone close to you. There was a secret. They were working behind, you know, like stabbed you in the back. Someone was working in the shadows, caused you a lot of grief. 5 of Cups. Yes, Tasha. So if a man, okay. So she's saying, don't worry, because at the end of this you have the Empress and you're victorious over that. You're going to, and you're above it anyway, so it doesn't matter. There's like a whole new lease of life. All those things will be removed, and you know they're going to get their own karma. The Empress here is also, you know, pregnant. In this card, she kind of looks pregnant, could be pregnant. So there's a message here about, you know, if this is something that's in your future, you're planning something like that, there could be babies involved in your future. If it's something that worries you, or it could be like a reunion with a child, but it could be, you know, energetically speaking. So if it's not that you're planning to have kids in the future, you're maybe getting closer to the kids you have, or getting closer to your inner child. But the Empress is, you know, the all-mother, the Queen of Queens, and that is what's happening in your future. Don't doubt that, baby. It's happening. Taurus energy, it's happening now. Tubes died. Inner child then. Oh, you have a son? Okay, then you're getting closer to him. And also your inner child. If there was like, you know, if there's difficulty, you know how it is with kids, you know, maybe there's been like some rifts between you, and like everyone has that, right, with their parents. So it's almost like, you know, this summer season you're gonna get closer than ever. Oh, he's non-verbal. Okay, you're gonna get closer to him than ever. You're going to reunite with him in some way, you know, and there's like a strong spiritual bond between the two of you. And maybe part of that is working on your inner child. But she's mentioning a child or a baby. She's also, you know, so if that's coming up, you already have a child. I think what she's saying is she's looking after him too. You know, she's there watching over him. And she was there to witness the betrayal. She's helping you. She's watching over you, Bill. You may get insights sometimes, you know, like you might hear a name or hear something like, like like an inner voice speaking to you. That could be her like whispering in your ear, because it's all about, see, communication. So she's still communicating with you. And she may have a lot of things to tell you about people in your life, who to trust and stuff like that. Trust your intuition on this, because she's communicating a lot. Oh, she said that, baby? Aw. Aw, that's so sweet. I just got shivers all over my body. You know, it's such a privilege and such an honor to do those readings, because they you know, like, it really means a lot to me when we can connect in this way. She puts thoughts in your mind sometimes, you know, follow that. People's names, places, things, you know, your intuition is on point anyway, but she puts extra thoughts in your mind and in your ear. Anything else? You're gonna, you know, she's saying you're gonna be very happy, very victorious. You're the Empress, so don't forget who you are, despite this betrayal. You know, people who do stuff like that, that's a peasant. You don't even want in your life. Oh, you want to give your best friend a question? Okay, Bill. By the way, Temperance is coming through. She's saying she's your, you know, one of your angels now. And she's saying connect to the angels as well. If you want extra protection or more strength in your life, work with the angels. She's with them when you're working with them. Okay, Tasha, I get it. So second question for your best friend. All right, my baby. For your best friend, for your friend's husband. Okay. You're welcome, Bibu. Okay, let me just take a little drink. And coffee. Let's see. All right, Bibos. This one's for Christy. This one is for Christy. Also, my babies, if you have a question for the spirits of the dead as a collective, you want to ask them for some life advice, you know, they take it to their grave. And if you want to communicate with a specific person who has passed to the other side, we can always do that. Also, it is $33 per question, and the PayPal link is in the description box below if you want me to answer your question and communicate with the spirits in the life for you. Let's see. Please show me Jin and Chen and spirits of the dead. What is the message from Christy's husband? What is the message from him? Oh, it's a beautiful message. Christy, so the first message that is coming through from your husband is the Queen of Cups. So love. He's saying he loves you. You were the love of his life. He knows that you miss him, but he doesn't want you to be unhappy. So don't be unhappy. Miss him in a happy way. There's something here about like not escaping away from reality when it comes to the passing. I know it's been a few years, but you know, it's about not dwelling on it or not escaping into, like, you know, sometimes maybe he's seen you in the past, you know, trying to escape reality in some way, you know, the reality of the passing. it's not that you're escaping reality, but the reality of the passing. What he's saying, like, face it, because it's not a mourning, it's a celebration of his life. And there's something about water, so it's almost like, where maybe he liked being around water, but like, when you're around water, his energy might be stronger, or even around surfaces that reflect. There's something about reflection here. So maybe sometimes you see him out of the corner of your eye in the mirror. It is him. But I don't know why he's saying this, but it's like, don't escape the reality of it. I think he sometimes sees you like, almost like, I don't know, he sees you, he's with you, like he can see you. Sometimes like he can see you, I don't know if you like, there's like a woman with a cup here, so it's like saying, I see you drinking your favorite, I don't know, orange juice or wine or something, and he like appreciates it, like he's with you. Not even as like someone who's like partaking with you like you used to, but someone like just likes watching you. Just likes watching you do like basic things. And he is with you. But accept the celebration. The Magician. You may be at a crossroads right now. He wants to give you some good advice. You're manifesting something new in your life, and there's healing coming from it. Don't be afraid to take the path that you want to take right now. The Magician. There's healing. Let's see. What is this about? Five of Cups. So it's about like moving on from a sadness, or why is it the Five of Cups? It's about choosing happiness. I don't know why he's telling you this. This is like between you and him. But it's like, yeah, choosing happiness, or choosing a path that makes you happy, and that allows you to move forward in more ways than one. Not to say you haven't moved forward, or you haven't, enriched your life in those past years, but on an energetic soul level, about like going into an experience that feels happier. There's something about being happier, something that makes you happy. Maybe there's a path you're about to take, you're not sure if you should take it, but you're not happy on your current path, and he's saying choose the happiness. Don't be disappointed. There's always new opportunities. Maybe a door closed before you recently, and it's about choosing the door that's open. Go where you're appreciated. Yeah, exactly. Healthy boundaries. What makes you happy? What makes you less disappointed? Also, the future is looking really great. You have more opportunities than you think you have. Oh, lots of new changes? Okay, so he's saying then that's good. And his advice is follow the path that makes you happy, not the disappointing one that you think you need to take because it seems like the right thing to do, And also don't let other people, put you on journeys full of challenges when it's none of their business what you're doing. It's kind of something here about that. There could also be something here, I'm not sure, but I have a feeling there's something about his mother. Maybe he's telling you, like, I don't know if she's around, or, what the story between you was before. Something like maybe his mother was a little bit harsh sometimes or something. But on you. Oh, you're trying to figure it out? Do you want to ask him a specific thing about which direction to go in? He's saying choose the path that heals you the most. The one that makes you happy. Not the one that, like, it's the path that makes you happy. The one that you really want. The one that gives you joy and healing. Oh, he was adopted. Interesting. So, so whoever your mother-in-law was when you were married, so his adopted mom. Yeah, helping others, wonderful. Yeah, so healing. So you have the power to do that. See, this is Hermes. He is a helper, a messenger of the gods. Here in the card, that's the magician, but he's also a healer. And those are the tools of his trade. So if you want to be helping others, then he's saying, you know, this is the path you have to take. You have more power than you think. You have a lot of magic to you. But he's saying you know the direction. Believe in yourself. Oh, his dad was harsh. It's like there was a parent who sent like, but I feel like it's about interaction with you or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's about him. But it's like someone like gave him a lot of like somebody received a lot of journeys and tasks to perform, or like had to like pass a test with like a parent-in-law, like a mother-in-law or something. I don't know, he's just mentioning that there's tensions, or you know, the feeling that someone wasn't enough. He's right. It's just figuring out what exactly it is or will be. Let's see. Oh, your mom. Okay. So maybe it's the other way around. But there's, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's something here. It's a mother-in-law situation. Oh, you're having issues with your mom? So maybe he's saying his mother-in-law. Okay. He's saying don't let her tell you how it's gonna be. Whoever that mother figure is, mother-in-law, mother. Oh my God, look at me. I got like, that's interesting. Don't let her set you up for failure by telling you what kind of journey you should be taking. Don't let her map the course for you. Don't let her send you almost like on a wild goose chase. Like, you know, there's like an energy here of a mother or mother-in-law who, what's the mother-in-law for him? Who's like tracking the course of your life. And that is, don't let her do that. You are the captain of your own ship, you know, the author of your own life. There's someone who's trying to interfere or like trying to like test you, or I don't know, you know, like kind of saying you can't do this or you can't do that, or telling you what to do. Or making you feel not enough. So it's kind of like you always have to prove yourself to this person, having to prove oneself, having to take the path this person wants you to take. So that's the message. But he's saying, you know what? Don't listen to that. You just chart the course of your own life and that's it. Who cares? You have to live your own life. He's saying ignore it. Ignore it. What specifically is this thing? Death. Death is coming up. He's very connected. Death is coming up the bill. So I asked him, you know, what this thing specifically that you can be doing if you're at a crossroads right now, because that's the main piece of advice he's giving you. He's saying work with death, and death is, you know, all kinds of interesting things. If you want to be helping people, I wonder if this translates into hopeless cases. If you're helping people, should you be working with hopeless cases, whatever that is? So if you're like in the medical field, I see like hopeless cases, or if it's like more like social community stuff, it could be with, you know, like delinquency or like, you know, juvenile delinquents and stuff like that, like, but kind of like hopeless cases, people abandoned, that you can actually help them a lot, you know, working in those areas, like in the social and medical fields where people are left as hopeless cases. And you could make a lot of difference working with death itself. So also Pluto and Scorpionic energy. And that magician here is a healer, so, you know, it's very important, like, you know, psychologist, the healer, the doctor. Yeah, that's coming. Maybe he has some kind of a connection to that. You could see that. Vets as well, you know. People who have seen conflict, people who've seen a lot of death or war. Just, you know, people on the extreme side of, like, you know, people in some way lost, hopeless, or who have seen the, you know, like the limitations of human nature. And then fight for what you believe in, Bibu. 7 of Wands. He's, you know, already said this, but it's like, oh, you've been through a lot. So the things that you've been through, you can help other people. And maybe what those things that you've been through, maybe you can help people who've been through the same things as well. But specifically, something, you know, people in hopeless situations can really help. You can help them using your experiences. And 7 of Wands, he's saying fight for yourself, you know, fight for what you believe in. Don't let other people tell you how to live your life. Don't let other people set you on any specific path, you know. You go do your thing, and you know what's best for you. And don't be afraid to assert yourself, baby. Yeah. Unapologetically. He's always, it's like, I see him sitting there and looking at you and helping you. He's always going to help you if you need him. It might be a good idea sometimes to just sit down somewhere with him. There's something about maybe he likes to sit with you in the kitchen sometimes and watch you do stuff, or like eat things or drink things. Just, you know, sit there with him and ask him for inspiration, or ask him to, you know, give you like an image or a sign of some kind, or, you know, tell you, to, communicate to your inner knowing the information you need to receive. Signs will come. Hi, Steph. Sure will. Hi, Sunny. How is that, Christy? I hope that's helpful. Yeah. Ask him for those things. He will tell you. Thank you, Spirit. That's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing your story, my Bibis. He could feel the love. I got teary-eyed. I think, you know, there's something here about, like, you know, understanding that, you know, two people miss each other, but it's a celebration. Also remember that, and be unapologetic in how you assert yourself with people. Just don't listen to it. Boundaries. You know, like, that's the thing. Like you said, boundaries. Someone doesn't like what you're doing. Okay, well, you know what? As we know in the necromancy readings, life is short, but Bill, you gotta go live it. He's telling you to do that. Thank you, my Pipis. And thank you, Tasha. All right, my babies. I'm going to tell you what the order is so far, because we dove straight into it today. Aw, thank you, Steph. So we got Elsa. Elsa is asking a love question, and then we got Steph, my boo-boo. And that's so far. That's all I got so far, my babies. We got 11 people in the chat, so thank you everyone for all the questions you're asking. If you want to ask a question of the spirits of the dead, today we are doing the Necromancy Tarot. It is the Oracle of the Dead. You can communicate with a specific loved one who has passed over. Ask them a question or ask them to give you a message, whatever you prefer, of some kind. It is $33 per question. The PayPal link is in the description box below. I can't guarantee that the specific loved one will come, but as you can see, they most almost always do. If they can't communicate, another spirit will come forward to answer your question and to communicate. This is not a mediumship reading per se. This is an oracle reading, an oracle of the dead. The tarot is acting as an oracle. I'm receiving, so you know, I'm using the oracle to communicate with the dead rather than speaking with them directly. And you can also ask a question of the spirits in general. I like to work with the spirits in this way too. Could be ancient spirits, you know, around us, you know, or whichever spirit on the other side in the underworld is willing to come forward and tell you, you know, what you need to know. You can ask for a general spiritual message, or you can ask the spirit for love advice about life, career, anything. 7 of Cups. This card just jumped out. This is for the collective. This is for all of you, my bibbies. You know, now is really a time to know what you want. Don't get sidetracked by things. You know, choose the thing that truly serves you. Don't get sidetracked by illusions. Someone could be trying to distract you or like rope you back in. In love, it means, you know, temptation from, you know, that toxic ex, you know, douche flute. Don't get sidetracked by the douche flutes, and don't get sidetracked by, you know, unhealthy snacks if you're manifesting a healthy meal, if you know what I mean. I don't know. Like, keep on track. And the goddess of love and her agents are showing you signs and synchronicities when it comes to finding your next beautiful true love. So there you go. All right, so we got, do we have Elsa in the house? This is not going to be a necromancy question, but it is a question about love. Also, bibbies, if you want to tip me and the spirits of the dead, the Jinn and the Jan, you can do that using the super chat. PayPal is for personal questions, my baby. Elsa, hi. All right. Let me read your question, my baby. Let's see. Well, the Virgo is obsessed. He wants to work together with you. He has good intention. He has pretty good intentions. He wants to win you over. He wants to win you over. The 6 of Wands. You're the trophy. He wants to take you. He sees you as kind of like interesting. You're a bit of a mystery to him. Death. This is how he sees you. You're like, you know, very kind of plutonic. Again, loads of Pluto energy coming through today from the underworld. You're very plutonic. You're very mysterious. You are the darkness, but it's like, you know, he's getting swept away by you. The devil here, in terms of his feelings, he's kind of obsessed with you, but he's, you know, in the biblical sense, but also in a soul sense. I think he sees a future here. But you're kind of like, maybe you're just a little bit out of his league or something. He's not sure where he stands with you, my baby. How's that resonating so far, Elsa, my boo? You got the 2 of Cups here. What to expect from him? You have, you know, a lot of beautiful love. I think he wants to, definitely on a soul level, he's giving you a lot of love. In the next 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months, I think there's going to be a lot of love. There could be, you know, there could be some kind of a soul connection with this Virgo. And I think he may very well be someone who is going to trigger stuff in you, and you're going to trigger stuff in him on a soul level that needs to be healed. And that's really good. I'm not saying you're going to hurt each other. I don't mean like that. It's like the opposite. You're going to be healing each other's demons. So, you know, if someone here is afraid of rejection, they're not going to be rejected, or, you know, vice versa. This is about working together. He wants to work together with you, Knight of Swords. He wants to be on the team with you right now. I would say, you know, I don't know how well you know him. He may not know where this is going yet, but I think he has good intentions. I think there's like a lot of sexual tension here that might be clouding his brain a little bit, but when that clears up, You know, it's going to get better. He may be doubting how involved you are, and he may be thinking maybe this is going to end sooner than later because he doesn't know what you want. But he at least wants to, like, you know, be victorious here. He doesn't want the competition to win. Maybe he's very competitive. He might have a lot of Capricorn or Scorpio placements in him. He's very affectionate, yeah. You know, the devil is like that, boo-boos. You know, the devil is very affectionate. The devil is like that little boo-boo that's like, loves to cuddle, loves to be close, you know. It's, you know, the things that bind, they're not always bad things. Yeah, he wants to move forward with you. It's all great energy. He wants to move forward with you, go on a journey with you, you know, symbolically speaking, maybe even literally in the future, win you over, get rid of the competition, and be your king of wands. So he wants, I think he wants to have something here with you, and I think you will if you want. I think you will have something if you want it. But I think he's also like lusting for you in all the biblical ways. It's like a full package. There's doubts in his mind, though. He's a little insecure about you. Stuff, yeah, feelings, yeah, a lot of feelings coming to the surface for a lot of people. Yeah, they will pass. It's all clearing out right now. Pluto is sucking it all back in. Hades, into the underworld where the dead dwell, spirits of the dead. So there you go, Elsa. Nice one. He's not like super, like, you know, it's not like he's a saint or something, but it's a good one. You know, sometimes you need someone who's a bit of a devil, but like, you know, really into you. You know what I mean? Better a devil who loves you till the ends of the earth than like, you know, an angel who will sell you out at the next, you know, flea market. All right, Biz. Elsa, LOL. All right, so next up is my babies. Next up is going to be Steph. Steph, you're next up. And Biz, if you have a question, if you need advice in your love, in your life, anything in between, you got no one to ask, or it's maybe, you know, an embarrassing question, the dead will take it to the grave. We're asking the dead, the spirits of the dead, for advice. You can ask a specific person, or you can ask for a general message from a specific person, like a loved one or a friend who has passed, or you can ask the ancient spirits or the spirit community in general, and a spirit will come forward from the underworld to answer your question. Elsa, I do necromancy. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing those weekly. I was thinking we could start doing Saturday night dead and alive. I don't know if that's lame or something, but I was thinking we could start doing that every Saturday. I also do those readings as a private reading, so you can purchase that with me. As an oracle face-to-face or a pre-recorded reading. I do those. Email me about it and I will give you the pricing and stuff like that. All right, babies. You're most welcome. But also, Elsa, you know, if you come to like one of the other lives, you have a question for the spirits of the dead, you want to do some of that. I take those as well when I do the love readings, you know, as and when people need it, unless the energy doesn't feel right, and then I won't do them. But usually I can take one or two questions when we're doing the other reads. Especially if you need it, the answer will come. So yeah, boo-boos, it's PayPal questions only. The PayPal link is in the description box below. If you want to tip me and the spirits, you can do that using the super chat. And for your questions, it is PayPal only. Include your name and or how you want to be known in your question in the PayPal, if possible. If not, stick around till the end, or stick around in the live so I can find you, PayPal. All right, Steph. Let's see. All right, baby, you want some advice? Let's see. Who is coming through from the ancestors? Six of Swords. There's someone, okay, so there's an ancestor coming through. This is, this is like an ancient energy. Someone who was a traveler, someone who traveled, from one place to another, a brave soul, someone who was an adventurer. The spirit is coming through for you to show you the way. The star. Someone followed their star. They followed their destiny. It could have been someone who sailed the seas or someone who journeyed in some way, and it was a difficult journey that this person had to undertake. So they're going to show you and they're going to help you on your journey today. Let's see. What is the advice, please, Spirit? This is many generations ago. This is not like, an uncle or like, from one generation ago. This is someone like, this is a historical spirit. Historical ancestor. Okay, so this spirit is telling you this stuff. Stop helping other people with their trauma. You're overgiving. Oh, thank you, baby. Oh, about your grandpa and grandma. Okay. But this spirit is already giving you some answers. So let's just do that one for now because I already have the spread. 5 of Wands. This spirit is saying you're helping people too much, particularly in relationships. People are taking too much from you. Don't let them take so much. Let them fight their own demons. 7 of Pentacles. Again, don't be too open to collaborating with people. Be more selfish. Let the peasants dance. And this is about love. This is about work partnerships and stuff like that. If you're feeling stuck, one of the ways to get unstuck is to think about number 1 first. And the Lovers, again, this is about choosing the thing that you love and that is correct for you, not what is correct for other people, not what other people are telling you, not the thing that you think you deserve, but the thing that you truly love for yourself. Let's see about your grandma and grandpa. So, Steph, do you want advice from your grandma and grandpa about feeling stuck? Seven of Pentacles again. Your grandpa is coming up as, King of Cups, so someone who loved you and loves you very much. And he's, he's protecting you. Maybe he was someone artistic or musical, or just like he's coming up as very sensitive. Maybe sensitive with you, but he had a lot of affection for you. Your grandma, again, coming up saying, stop helping other people so much. Or like, stop being nice. I don't know. She's saying, like, make them work for it. Make them work for it. All of them. Everyone in your life, everywhere. You give so much. Value that. Value yourself. All right, awesome stuff. Awesome. Value yourself. You have a lot to give. This includes like, love, the workplace, any kind of other relationship. You have a lot to give. So expect the same in return. The Chariot. You're moving forward. If you're considering, if you're feeling stuck right now, The way forward may be some kind of a move. So it's either like, moving. If it's in every situation, they're kind of saying, move forward. Maybe this means you have to relocate in some way, or like find a new place to be, new place to work, new place, new mind space. It's like moving forward. But it's going to be good for you. You will move forward, and you're going to cover new ground. You may be holding on to something that you don't need to be holding on to anymore. The Four of Pentacles. There could be like a child here. I don't know if you have a child or if that's coming up as in your future, but a child, something about a child. I know there's a bit of a delay, but let me know stuff about, like, if you want more messages about this child, because the child is coming up and I think that's important to them. But Steph, you know how to have normal relationships. You may just be overgiving. Your inner voice tells you know how to have normal relationships. You already know. It's just you have to train other people. Yeah, people always take. Don't let them take. Stop giving them anything. Stop giving to them. Four of Pentacles is someone who, puts that energy back onto themselves. Be very, very economical with what kind of energy and contribution you give to other people in relationships. Any types of relationships. This is like the key here. It's about moving forward from that. Moving forward from feeling like maybe you need, like you need to deserve other people's love, attention, or admiration. But there's a child coming through here. Maybe if you don't have kids right now, they're maybe asking like, when's the grandchild coming or something like that. Great grandchild. In both cards. But you know your story best. You know what that means to you. Feeling stuck, but you got the Chariot. So the energy isn't stagnant. This is about like moving forward, starting with your mind. What it is that you want. Your grandma and grandpa are saying what it is that you actually want to manifest in your life. And then think of the plan. How are you going to do it? Oh, I'm so sorry, Steph. I understand. I had a mother like that. I understand. So this is about healing. So if it's not about your child, then maybe it's about your inner child healing as well, is what they're saying. It's about doing inner child healing, working on that, making sure that your inner child is safe, speaking to her, vibing with her, like spending the day with yourself, speaking to that older version of yourself that your mother was a total, horrible person to. Think of that person, think of that little person and be with them and be the parent to them, be the loving mother to them that she couldn't be. Imagine yourself as a child and work with that child. You can do that every day. And if you want to have a child, they're saying you will have a child. Then your grandparents are saying they're going to have a grandchild. If you want one. If you don't want it, then it's inner child work. Then they're showing you as a child too. But it's both of those things. Maybe the way to get unstuck is through children. So healing the inner child so you can almost like practice on yourself what kind of parent you're going to be to the child you want to have in the future. I understand. Let's see what magic can help. Six of Swords. Interesting. So this other ancestor coming through. There's something here, Oh, you don't want a kid? So it's inner child healing then. Don't worry about it. It's not, I mean, I would just maybe be extra careful with protection, in the future, because there's something on the cards. Financially unstable. I'm almost seeing here, you might be better off if you want to get unstuck. I'm almost seeing journeys here. So it may be time to go somewhere. Is that something that's been on your mind? It's almost like there's a better place for you. There's a better connection to a land, I work with land energy, the energy of place. Some people are just connected to places more so than others. Maybe that your success lies in a different place, different city, even different country, like for me. Steph, the clear message about the child is if you're not planning your child, if you don't want to have children, the message is about your inner child. So your grandparents are showing you as a child, saying the key is about inner child healing. But also when children come up like this, it may be good to use extra protection, if you don't want a kid. It's okay. Like, the message here is about moving forward. So despite all the difficulties, leave those toxic people behind and move forward. And it may be time to go to a new place. Almost like a new location. And start again. To get unstuck. Yeah, don't do the healing for others. Don't do that. Do healing for your own inner child. That's why it's coming up. But don't freak out about children. It's just like, it's just symbology. Most often than not, it is your own inner child or both. Don't do any healing for other people. This is the point. Do the healing for yourself, for your inner child. That's the only person you need to be worried about. Number one. And moving forward with yourself. This Chariot's here, it's one person, yeah? 2 horses, they have all the power in the world to manifest whatever it is that they want. Both your trauma and your hope. The bad things that happen to you and the good things that happen to you. Use all of that, integrate it to move forward in your life. Maybe a new place is calling to you where you might feel like you're starting with, on a new, better page. Yeah. But that's what I'm seeing here. Sometimes even like moving to a new town means that you can be like a different person, start your personality again. If you're in a place where people know you, they have certain expectations from you. That's what I'm getting here. They might have certain expectations from you and they just treat you in a certain way based on history. To go to a new place or a new person, you can be whoever you want to be. You can start being more assertive and have better boundaries in new places more easily. Let's see if your grandparents have anything else to say, Bill. Oh, your ex followed you there? Move again. Are you happy in the location you're in? Page of Swords. So, one final message for you from your grandma and grandpa. They are communicating with you. This is, little angel communicating with you as well. So, they do communicate with you. I feel like you feel their energy. You feel their energy around you. I think maybe sometimes, like, if you feel a little breeze around you or something like that, like a little burst of like cold air or something like that, or even like some kind of air around you, you know, this is the presence of a spirit, and they are bringing you messages, my Bill. You know what? If your ex followed you from NY to CA, like, F them. Like, I mean, like, there's a lot of, like, space there. You know what I mean? Get a restraining order. Oh, sorry, that's the imaginary friend talking. Sorry, babies, I'm dyslexic. Steph, your ex followed you to your new place. Are you happy in the new place? Is it worth fighting for? Get a restraining order, you know, like, get rid of them. You're most welcome to do. And if you don't like that place so much, go to a new place. It's about starting again. And you will be receiving. Your grandparents are speaking to you all the time. You belong. You know, let's see. Is this a good place for her to avoid? I think there might be another place you need to go. There's another place that's calling to you. What is this place? It's a mystery for now. Where you're at right now, I think, you know, if you feel happy, stay there. But if you feel like it's not your place, it's going to be another place that you're going to go to. Maybe not now, maybe in a couple of years. But just know your grandparents are with you and always sending you messages. The spirits around you are always giving you messages, always giving you advice, always taking care of you, Bill. All right, my babies. You're most welcome, Steph, my darling. Let me just update my PayPal. How's everyone doing, my babies? Mommy's a little tired because I am not a morning person, and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. So I feel like I'm speaking from the other side today. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Put some music on as well. So yeah, Bibbies, if you want to ask the spirits of the dead for advice in your love life, in your life, in your situationship, relationship, you got a bimbo, a himbo, you're not sure, you want to ask the spirits of the dead, you can ask you can ask a specific person who has passed over to the other side. We can communicate with your loved ones, you know, people on the other side, or you can ask a question of the spirits in general, and a spirit will come forward from the underworld and or from the other side, and they will answer your question. It can be a specific question or a general message. If you just want to receive a general message of inspiration, my Bill. I like to ask the spirits of the dead specific questions. That's how the Necromanteions usually, you know, that's how it worked. People came there for advice from souls on the other side, sometimes to, you know, ask about like their own life, you know, go talk to your uncle, be like, where did you leave the keys? We can't find them. That's going to be the question for me, because I'm going to lose the keys for sure. You know, where did you bury the gold? You know, should I buy this house? Stuff like that. So the dead know more than we do, so they can assist you in your daily life, and also with messages pertaining to spirituality, your path in life, and things like that. So yeah, the PayPal link is in the description box below. It is PayPal only. And that's it. If you want to ask me a love question or just a regular question for the tarot, I'm taking those as well. And the pricing, everything is in the description box below, my baby. And that's it for now. I'm just gonna get my water. Hold on a second, my baby, because mommy's thirsty. I'm thirsty. All this necromancy makes me thirsty. Oh. Oh, there it is. My water was here. Aw, thank you, Bill. Thank you, Steph. Steph, what do you need to know? I think there's a delay. There's still a delay there, Bill. Chris, yeah, it's sparkling water. Sparkling water. I'll pull a card for you, Steph. Tell me what you want to know, baby. Oh, are we moving to Maui now? This is what happened. I went to get my water and we're moving to Maui. I can't move to Maui, Bill. I'm just kidding. Steph, you should move to Maui if you want to. Oh, Sunny, that's so sweet. Everyone's supporting each other in the chat. I love that. Oh, babies, it's so early. Why is it so early? Okay, Maui it is. Ah, too early, babies. It's too early. Spirits, don't forget to like and subscribe, my babies. That's right, Chris. That escalated pretty quickly, as is the case in my life always. All right, let me turn off the aircon. Oh, babies. Oh, connection went out for a second there. Hi, other voices, baby. Aw, Boo. Okay, we're just waiting for Steph. Steph wanted one more card pull. We'll see what card comes through and what you need to know. But just give me a question, baby, so I don't just randomly pull a card. All right, while we wait. So yeah, that's the necromancy sessions. They're pretty fun. We talk to the spirits of the dead because dead, the dead, they're going to take it to the grave. They're not going to tell your secrets. And they always come through. They always come up for me. This is my crew. I work with them a lot. All kinds of spirits, all kinds of dead spirits. But yeah. When I started doing the necromancy videos on the channel, some people got freaked out because they thought it was bad or dark energies and stuff like that. But I mean, the dead are just dead. They didn't do anything. So it's not, it's darkness, but it's a good kind of darkness, a generous darkness. It's not about, worshiping the darkness. All right, I'm just gonna wait for stuff. So yeah, what else? What is everybody doing this weekend? What did you do today? What are you doing tomorrow? It's already Sunday here. It's Sunday morning. Chris is ahead, 1 p.m. Time for lunch. I need to eat something, but I got no food in the house. I gotta go to the store. I don't want to because I'm lazy. If only the spirits could go to the store for me. I'd give the spirit a little note, please give me this and this. Aw, stuff. It's okay, Bill. Other voice is 1 a.m. Yeah, that makes sense. EST for the win, imaginary friend. Oh, but Biz, you have the best, like, my crew, you got the best handles, like, seriously. Everyone's, like, so scrumptious. One message from the divine. All right, Steph, let's see. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady progress, but still journeys. The divine is telling you to take a journey. Take the first step. So, whether it's about like, going to a different place or the journey is personal, but it's taking that first step. There's bees here too. Your financial situation will improve. It's improving. You just got to make the first step and believe in yourself. I know it's been a rough ride, okay? Because that's coming up here. It's percent, there's no saddle here. It's been a rough ride. And it's been slow progress. But often, when you got a lot of setbacks in your life, it's almost like you're working through something, some, energy, some, there's challenges that have come your way. But sometimes it's good to deal with a bunch of challenges in a cluster, because once you come out on the other side, you got milk and honey here. And this is, Taurus energy here, Taurus season is bringing you a change. Things are going to feel different now. And maybe within about a year, I think this time next year, you're going to be in a totally new place. We're going to be doing this live. Me still here at 6 o'clock in the morning, complaining that it's 6 o'clock in the morning. You're going to come to the live and talk to the spirits of the dead. And actually, you're going to be in a much better place. Your money will be great. You're going to feel empowered. It's going to be smooth sailing in a new place, too. It's like pastures green. Yeah, it's in the Tower card right now, Steph, but it's going to be in this Knight of Pentacles, stability, abundance, But, and it feels like things are moving right now. Stagnation, yes, but it's like, it's time to move. Give it 1 year. Think about what it is that you really want. Eyes on the prize, this is about like putting in the heart. This is like, the nitty gritty work of things, the self work, what kind of, how do you want to make your money? What kind of job do you want? Paying attention to like all the little things that you have to do, setting the groundwork for the future. But, provided that energy is put out there and you make that step forward, you're going to be very abundant this time next year. Even earlier than that, even, going into the fall, things are going to be very different for you. But now is the time to do the work. Maybe you need to move to a place where there's more greenery, whatever that means to you. I don't know if it's green where you're at now, but it's like more greenery where the climate is more green, or there's more rainfall. Sunny, can I give you the winning lotto numbers? Yeah, but then I'd have to, no, I'm just kidding. No, because the FBI won't let me. I am the FBI. We set the lotto numbers, so no. So that's the message coming from the divine, stuff. Milk and honey coming your way, and there will be pastures, green pastures new. Maybe there's a hint here about like, where to go, or if the location you're in right now is abundant in, greenery. Maybe there's bees there or something, honey. This is a good place for you, energetically, vibrationally. Dr. Marine, hi baby, what's coming for your love life? I don't know, boo-boo. I'm taking questions for the spirits of the dead today. It is $33 per question, or $13 if you just want a regular tarot question. We're doing the necromancy readings today. So if you want to ask the spirits of the dead for some advice, you can ask a specific person. someone you know on the other side, or it can be the general spirits of the dead, and a specific spirit will come forward who can give you advice on the topic, Bill. And the PayPal link is in the description box below. So if you want to ask me a question, I'm taking PayPal questions only, and super chat for tips and tricks, baby. Tips and tricks. Imaginary friend, her family is in the CIA. No, it will change stuff for sure. But just have faith and put one foot in forward in front of the other. You know, like don't get. This is the thing. Knight of Pentacles, he doesn't give up. He just keeps going because it's slow progress. You know, so this is a typical example of a life where like a lot of things were like not moving, stagnating. A lot of like unfortunate events like all happening in clusters, and then one day it just changes and turns around, and then it's the milk and the honey. And you're coming to that, there's going to be a breakthrough. You got to work on it, Bill. And you got to have faith in yourself and persevere. Sherry, my baby, hi, what's up? Yeah, that's right, Carla. That's so true. All right, my boo-boos. Let's take a little breaky. Mom's going to have some more water. Why am I so thirsty today? Too thirsty. The dead give good advice on love too. You know, if there's like a spirit in your house, also like, you know, not necessarily a loved one. There's spirits in your house who haunt your house in a friendly way, or sometimes not so friendly way. Sometimes they'll react to people that you're dating and stuff. Like, you know, invite someone over if you have like a spirit in your house or a presence. Even if it's a little bit, you know, on the negative side, invite someone over. Even the negative spirits will like, they'll either mess with that person if they don't like them, or they may completely disappear. It means they don't like the person. Depending on your relationship to the spirit. My spirits don't like it when I bring boys over. Some of them are fine with it. Some of them don't like it at all. They're like anyone. They're waiting for my high priest, you know. They're waiting for my high order soulmate because they belong to him too. They're like any boys. Oh, imaginary friend, the ghost card. That's so cool. Yeah, see how that, you know, see how it reacts to people. Might tell you something about them. You know, when someone like enters a house and like the spirits leave, even if they're like negative, it doesn't mean that like the spirit is, it doesn't always mean that the person coming into the house or like the dwelling or the space where there's like a haunting that's a little bit negative, doesn't mean the person is so good that the spirit's like the bad spirit left. Sometimes spirits just leave because they don't want to be around that person. Even negative energies seek love and they seek light. It's contextual very often. Oh, your cat reacts to it. That's so sweet. That's okay, Stuffy Bill. Well, don't let people drain your energy. Bring it back into yourself. Protect yourself from you know, people draining your energy. Give to yourself. That's your main task. If you don't do it, I won't forgive you. If you know what I mean? Like, I'll be watching you. Make sure you do that. Whenever you feel the urge to like be nice to somebody for no reason, be a bitch instead. Like, I'm sorry. You can be a bitch to me. Like, I don't mind. If it helps you. Put the energy back in. And then when somebody really earns your admiration, respect, and trust, then maybe you can start giving them a little bit. But they got to give to you first. Steph, 99 years old. Steph, I have a very similar story. You know, maybe check out also some of your astrological placements. You know, my life really just started improving in my 30s. My 20s were hell. I was in hell. And my teenagers and my childhood, it was hell. Like, I'm not kidding. And it wasn't like, oh, she brought it on herself. It was just like, I went through hell. And nothing was moving, nothing was changing. Saturn in the first house, you know, life begins at 37 with Saturn. Aw, thank you, Steph. Yeah, Carla, same here. Imaginary friend, you lived in a haunted house? Yeah, you felt and saw different things. Yeah, of course. It's, you know, intradimensional experiences. Yeah, Carla. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, you know, everyone has their own journey, but it's like a good thing in some ways. You know, if you start out on a bad, you know, on a bad note, getting older isn't so bad, you know. It's like so many of my friends are like, oh, in my 20s, it's, you know, it's a great time. Wish I was 20. I'm like, I do not wish I could go back to that time. Please, no. I'm very happy now. Sunny ghosts in your house as well? Yeah. And, you know, ghosts will come to, you know, positivity and to love. Some of them will also come to negativity. It all depends. It's kind of like, you know, the spirits that I work with, like the jinn and the jane. I did not want to work with the jinn or, you know, whoever is coming through. I used to call them the jane first because I felt more comfortable. There's so much lore about the jinn being like, you know, evil and negative. But, you know, whoever those spirits are who are coming to me, they're calling themselves the jinn and the jane. But, you know, part of the old myths about them, pre-Islamic myths about the jinn, are kind of based in the idea that the jinn will kind of like, based on your energy, they're going to treat you in different ways. So a lot of people get bad treatment from them. They get, you know, highly mistreated, destroyed by the jinn. Some people get a lot of spoils and a lot of help from the jinn. So, you know, like with ghosts, with other types of spirits, magical spirits, in my opinion and in my experience, it really has been that, like, you kind of, you know, everybody gets different treatment. Everybody gets a different interaction based on their specific situation. Or the lesson they need to learn, you know. Oops, heart flew down. Let's see. King of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so, you know, it's all about its, you know, individual differences. But I think that holds true for anything, any kind of spirit work or ghost, you know, ghost you're encountering. I mean, sometimes there's just negative energies and it's evil and that's it. But even those will, like, they'll deal with different people differently. Talking about ghosts, my biz. I love a good ghost. But yeah, I have some kind of evil presence here. There's an evil energy, sinister. There's something really sinister here in this new place. It's a lot of great energy, very magical, very beautiful. There's something very sinister here. I'm gonna have to work with it, see what it wants. It's giving me some terrible dreams. I know it's here. It's like very deep. It's like a portal to something almost. Some kind of suffering happened here. Not necessarily in this apartment, but maybe this building or this land. Oh, man in the tall hat. Classic. Imaginary friend. Do you mean like my energy here in my place? Can I clear it out? Oh no, saging isn't going to help something like that. It's not bothering me. It's just I can feel it. It just emanates. It's not like a ghost. It's like an imprint or something like that. There's ghosts that come out of it, spirits that come out of it. They're not necessarily like evil or trying to do harm, but they're like, it's like a stuckness and pain. It's historical. Yeah, saging something like that doesn't help with this. It's deeper magic work. And sometimes you don't need to clear it out. That's the point. You know, maybe something needs to be remembered and uncovered. Like an injustice could have been done. And there was several historical injustices done on this land specifically. So maybe it just needs to linger and needs to be understood. I don't, don't be sage trigger happy, boo. Sometimes things just need to come through. Unless something's bothering you. Yeah, life's a trip. So yeah, I don't I'm not like all about banishing. But yeah, I personally, Bibiz, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't believe in sage. I don't believe in stuff like that. It's nice to have it. Some spirits might like specifically, or like incense and stuff like that. A mirror. Like I use it because I like it. I like the smell and I like the tradition of that. So a lot of spirits might like react well to it because it's like traditional, but it's like they don't care about that stuff. No crucifix is gonna fix the energy. It's not like that. I mean, you can disagree with me. I'm open to people's experiences, but I find that in any work, what you believe in, what you believe works, is going to work. Although I use salt a lot, I love salt, so that's how I work with cleanses and stuff like that. But if something sinister is hanging around, salt or sage or none of that is no priest is gonna help. Yeah, Jody, exactly. It's some kind of trauma coming through. It's so also I work with Hecate. She is my this is my whole thing. Hecate also she walks, the goddess Hecate, the torchbearer, the mother of darkness, mother of light. She walks at the crossroads at night with the restless dead, and the restless dead are those who were unjustly killed or executed or in some ways mistreated. The lost, the fallen, the outcasts. So a lot often like stuff like that comes through in these types of there's a sinister energy. Maybe exactly it's some kind of a trauma that needs to be uncovered. Yes, Sonny, exactly. Maybe someone's just like walking around in their trauma. So yeah, you gotta be respectful. You can't always assume that the ghost is after you. But yeah, but there's something here. Like whatever I'm encountering here, like it started coming out gradually, and it is connected to me. It's something about my past life too. Like it knows me in some way. It's connected to other things. But like, yeah, not in a sinister way, but it's uncovering also sinister things for me. There's a lot of those presences here in Paphos, because a lot of stuff went down, like even like very recently, between like Turkey and Greece here. And there's, a lot of that Turkish history where I live now, like a lot of trauma and, war still today. And then the ancient, the ancient stuff. The when the goddess was defiled, early Christianity, and then early medieval Christianity, how that destroyed the images and the sanctity of the goddess. So those patriarchal presences are here too. They're quite sinister. They're sinister to me. That's the kind of ghost that's like might want to challenge. Aw, Chris, you were a medieval soldier. Aw. Steph, you got another question? Let's see. Awesome. Let's see. But yeah, you know what, because especially, working with spirits, ghosts, the dead, the worst thing you can do is be afraid of it, even if you're afraid, because, fear is the emotion, it's resonance. Don't let it scare you. I know it's easier said than done. I'm actually scared of those, old, because I feel the energies profoundly. Like, I get scared, but I work through it. I'm super jumpy because I feel it all around. Steph, you got a negative energy. Do you feel like it's a spirit, or what is that? Do you feel like it's an entity? How does it materialize? Do you feel like a presence, or is it just like negativity? So Steph wants to know about the negative energy that's following her. What's it trying to tell you? And about astrology and the occult. Let's see. What is this negative energy? Death itself. I think it's a spirit. If you feel something negative around you, it's a spirit. But Steph, tell me, why is it negative? How do you know it's negative for you? Or is it just because it could be a negative energy that's not negative towards you. It might be some kind of a protection or a guide that's with you. Not trying to spread negativity. They may just be like a negative bibbo, like a grumpy little ghost. Let me know, Steph, baby, and then we'll look into it. But if you have a dead spirit around you, who you feel, it's not an entity, it's like the spirit of the dead. Some kind of a soul. I think it's human. But if you have them following you around, it means that you definitely have a connection to the occult and astrology. We can look into, which of those options work best for you. Oh, Sunny, that's so cool. Yeah, that's always some kind of a sign. It's the spirits. Maxie's World, you were thinking about me. Telepathy, awesome. Yeah, you haven't been getting the notifications. Yeah, a lot of people don't get the notifications. I'm not in the algorithm no more, so it is what it is. I think a lot of tarot channels are having some kind of a harder time, but it's random. I mean, it's not random, obviously, whatever. But yeah. It's some kind of a spirit stuff, but is it working? Do you feel like it's working against you? Let me ask it. I don't think the spirit is negative towards you. I think if you feel like they come in and out of your life when there's big changes, it's because they're helping you work through it. Maybe you're feeling the negativity because the situation is negative. This is someone who is here to deal with negativity. This is what I'm seeing here. Queen of Swords. I think it's a woman. It's a woman who's helping you move forward. When it's time to go, you have all this journeying stuff. I'm telling you, I don't know if you're meant to travel, if you're meant to go to another place. Maybe you look also into your numerology, see what your birth number is. Does it involve a lot of travels and a lot of changes? Do you have Scorpio on the ascendant? Because it's like, I see, could be someone who's emanating negativity, but I think they're just emanating some kind of strength. Someone who's been through a lot, and the spirit is actually very strong, and they appear when there's negativity around you to cut through it and put you on a new course. Because you're meant to be going through those changes. It's like this Queen of Swords comes in, she's like no BS. This is no, loving little, nun energy. This is someone who's coming like, okay, cut off this, whatever ails you, cut it off and move forward. It's a woman. And next to her, the King of Swords. So, this is her job in your life, is to help you clarify things, but it's tough love, some kind of a tough love spirit. Someone who may have been high ranking, some kind of a soldier, but it's a feminine energy from some other time. I don't think I think it just wants to like push you to like be like, maybe there's like a mission, because it's very fighting spirit and counterparts here too. So, it's someone who's like working very strongly. I don't think it's there to be menacing towards you, but I think it's a menacing person. It could be like a warrior queen, or like, something from like maybe like a Celtic spirit, or like an ancient, some kind of an ancient spirit, from whatever comes to mind for you intuitively. But it's a feminine spirit that's like a fighter, and I think she, maybe she killed, maybe it's a pirate, maybe she killed a lot of people. She doesn't mess around, and she's death. So, even though, so she's dead, it's a dead spirit, maybe someone killed a lot of people. She has a very big sword. And she's, chosen to work with you, to help you. She's there to push you, but it's tough love, so it doesn't feel very cozy. It may feel like negativity. She's just how she is. You feel like it works against you? Why do you make stuff feel bad, Queen of Swords? Give this spirit some love. So she's saying, you're feeling bad because because it's tough love or something, like in her mind. But maybe she's emanating negativity. In her mind, she's just giving you work to do. You're a Libra. Interesting. In her mind, she's just giving you work to do, and maybe she's coming across as very negative, like she's burdening you, or the energy is overwhelming. So I asked her what needs to be done to make her not work against you. So maybe she thinks she's helping, but she's not. King of Cups, give her love. I would address this entity, this spirit energy. When you feel it come into your life again, or even speak to it today, tonight, address it, call it, whatever name you want to give it. It'll know who they are. She knows who she is. And say, I give you love, I give you compassion. Maybe she never experienced love. Maybe she needs that exchange from you. Maybe, tell her you love her, kind of like working on your inner child. Tell this woman too that you love her, so she feels more loved. And she may be able to give back to you energetically better, so it doesn't feel like she's working against you. But I don't see a spirit who's trying to harm you here. Give it love, and I would even say to them, I feel like you're working against me, so, this has to change. Tell her you love her. Tell her that she's loved. You're sending her love, light, blessings, whatever. And if the energy doesn't change, she needs to go, because she's not helping. Be very firm in that. See boundaries. Even with the spirits, you got to have boundaries. Don't overgive. But that's what she needs. She needs love. This happens sometimes. Sometimes you have a spirit that's like, trying to help, but maybe they don't really know how. But she will leave. If you don't feel comfortable with her there, you can just tell her to leave. She will eventually leave. Keep saying that. If you don't want her there. But I feel like she told me what she's trying to tell you is she appears when it's time to move on and move forward and to, take your sword out. Boundaries, be a bit of a bee, don't let people walk all over you. Maybe she's feeling coming across as oppressive because that's something that you're working through in your own unconscious. So she's like, like the spirit was attracted to because they personify something that you're trying to work with in yourself, like a shadow self. Oh, Pippo. Let's see. Yeah, she's saying she's open to working here. Three of Pentacles. So she's open to negotiation. She wants to see how this is going to go. Something savage about her, I think things will improve. Four of Wands. I think she doesn't want to work with you. But if it doesn't work for you, just ask the entity to leave. They will leave you. There's so many people they can, like hang out with, and like they got a lot of things to do. They're, interdimensional beings. Like they do leave. If you struggle with that, then you got to be more aggressive. But maybe, that's what she's teaching you as well. It's like, okay, somebody thinks they're helping you, but they're not helping you. Maybe you need to banish her as a practice of boundaries. She won't mind. Yeah, I feel like you were meant to travel. There's a lot of travel cards here, but this is just my opinion of it. So always follow your own inner intuition. Don't go traveling because the tarot reader told you to. But I would say there's so many journeys in your read, from the necromancy to this one. There's just so many journeys. Actually, she might be that ancient ancestor that came through for you with that six, like someone who was on the seas, almost like a pirate on the seas. Or like an adventurer. Maybe she's like, maybe it was a feminine energy. Yeah, I feel like you're meant to travel for sure. I would say that as your tarot reader. Doesn't mean you have to go far away, but I would say entertain that idea. Yeah, pirate in Maui. Or it's like, internal journeys. All right, Bibiz, let's see. I think you could do all of those occult things. There's something, look, Tower's coming up about the occult. Maybe, also the way for you to clear energy is to start doing magical and occult things. The tarot is saying yes, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Pentacles, both for astrology, occult things, and tarot, anything to do with esoterica. Very magical cards. Change in fortune. The Tower represents magic in my readings. This is the Tower. The magician lives in the Tower. This is a magician also in my reads, and Wheel of Fortune is your destiny. So very, very strong cards here. You could really change, if you feel like you're living in a Tower moment, you could change that around with spirituality, with your interest in spirituality. This could be the way. Sometimes, and Tower moments happen over and over again because we're not seeing something sometimes, not always, not to blame the victims, and, not to say that that's your case. But it's like, certain things will not work out for you because they're not meant for you until you open your eyes to the thing that you're meant to be doing, which is how I ended up with, a YouTube channel about tarot and, why we're talking to the spirits of the dead today. Because it wasn't the first thing that came into my mind, at the freaking career fair, you know what I'm saying? But I had to figure it out. I had tower after tower until I figured it out. There's no other way, because that was my destiny. Good night, Sunny baby. Pursue it, even as a career, or like side hustle or something now, like pursue it. If it's something that you want to learn, do it. Whichever one appeals to you the most. I think the occult in general is for you. See what your intuition tells you. Always your intuition is the strongest. You have very strong cards here. And, spirits come to you. So that in itself is a sign that you are for the occult stuff. You are for the occult. The occult wants you. They want to. I think you'd be a great astrologer. Aww. Good night, Sunny. All right, my babies. We're going to do, we might do one more. We'll see. I got to sign off soon because if I don't, it's going to be a 6-hour session. Is this a good time to do these, or like is Saturday better in the afternoons, babies? Do you want to do this like noontime, nighttime? You're welcome. You're welcome, Sunny. Alex Cherry, my baby. You like night? I was hoping you'd say noontime because then I have to go like wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Nighttime is better, imaginary friend. Chris, Bibbis, tell me no. Carla, you're going to bed. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, I do them when I can, but I just, I want to, like, I also want to do it at a good time for you, Bibbis. Everyone's saying good night to each other. But it's always good to see everyone. Sarba, yeah, I'll take one more question, baby. We're taking questions for the spirits of the dead today, and it's PayPal questions, baby. So if you want to ask a question of the spirit oracle, you can ask a question of a specific person or the spirits in general. It is $33 per question, and the PayPal link is in the description box below. I'm also taking general love questions, and that's $13, and everything is in the description box below, my baby. Chris yawns. Yeah, Steph, your intuition will be very strong. It'll push you places. That Queen of Swords might be coming up as a negative energy because it's a shadow that's forming. She's also a magician, an occultist. Ritual, she represents the ritual of magic. So, maybe she's following you around because she's trying to tell you something. Maybe that's one of the messages, like move forward, go on the journey. Maybe it's the hero's journey you're meant to be on, and that will be attached to specific places, but the most important journey is the journey within. Okay. Sarah. I'm taking PayPal questions only. Oh, I'm sorry. It's PayPal. I'm sorry. I'm just like, spirits of the dead, like Necromancer fell asleep. Spirits, I'm taking PayPal questions only, Boo-boos. It's going to be last dibs for the questions. If you want to ask me a question of the Necromanteion, the Necromantic Oracle, if you have a little question about love, life, and everything, the spirits of the dead will answer. And I like to ask them because, they take it to the grave. No one's going to know, no matter how embarrassing the question. All right, the secret's safe with them because they're dead. You can ask a specific person who you know on the other side, or it can be the spirits of the dead, and a spirit will come through who feels like they're able to help you on your quest. Good night, baby. Good night, Steph. Alex, yep, you can ask the spirits for advice on anything, and you can ask a specific, there's someone on the other side you want to ask, or it could be just like any spirit, the spirits, and then a spirit will come through and speak with you, give you some advice. Yeah, you can just ask for a message, whatever questions. They'll take out, vague questions work very well with the dead. It's not traditional tarot, it's just an oracle, like spirit oracle. Yeah, Chris, that comes up in many traditions. The number, the hour three, yeah, the 3 ways, the 3 paths, Hecate of the 3 ways. That's all connected. Who walks with the spirits of the dead at night? Thank you, Alex. Let me check. Hecate, my mother. Okay, let's ask the spirits. That's a great question. We'll see what they say. What spirit is here? Well, someone's going to get you unstuck. It's some kind of successful little boo is coming through. Some kind of let me pull one more card on him. Yeah. There's a spirit here for you, Alex. It is like a leader, okay? So it's like either a general or like a big boss, like someone, he led a lot of things, maybe troops. 8 of Cups, nothing was ever enough. So he knows how to get unstuck. He knows how to go places. Nothing's ever enough. It's almost like the way this boo-boo passed, he was like, oh, it should have been even more drama. Like, very big, like big victories, big things. Somebody who never stopped. And like, they really self-actualized. And even in death, they were like, oh, I wish there was like more pomp and circumstance to my death. It wasn't like explosive enough. Very interesting energy. So this is the spirit who's working with you today. I don't think it's a spirit from this place. Might be a spirit that like just chose you. You relate? Yeah, hungry. So let's see how he can help you. He was some kind of a general, may have been a general because it is like literally a general here. But it could be, captain, a general, captain of industry, someone, yeah, very hungry. Very big energy. Any advice? Knight of Pentacles, the Lovers. Interesting. And the Empress, a lot of Taurus energy today in general. Alex, you're a Taurus, aren't you? Aw, Sherry's so sleepy. Yeah, it's a little too late for Eastern time. Yeah, Taurus with Libra rising. Very interesting. Because, that like Taurus and Scorpio, Scorpio here, and we got that Pluto energy in the air right now. They're both insatiable signs. So this is someone who is insatiable and who didn't stop themselves. Like, they just went bigger, always go bigger. It's kind of like, one bit of advice for you here is like, first of all, shamelessness. And if you think you're going too far, go bigger. If you think you're too loud, get louder. If you think you're too be more shameless. It's never enough. And that's good. And it's not to say that, you should be sad that it's never enough, but like the chase itself, the expansion itself is the key to actualizing the self and not feeling stuck. Don't make yourself smaller because you think that because you're going to be smaller, you're going to fit in with, the little people. They're little people. This guy, he was explosive. He was famous. This is quite possibly some kind of a famous person. I don't know why explosion is coming in, but, maybe he died in an explosion, exploded himself. I don't know. He was larger than life. I think he's famous. Maybe if you Google him, rewatch this. If you Google him, you'll maybe find like a story about someone who was a leader and just like, I don't know, something expanded too much, like a supernova. Don't make yourself smaller for little people. They're irrelevant. That's number one. You hold yourself back? Stop holding yourself back, baby. Prince, yeah. Stop holding yourself back. Go bigger. This is an important lesson for a lot of boo-boos, especially, spiritual boo-boos. I had to learn this lesson the hard way. I spent like a large part of my life trying to like be a gray mouse. I'm never going to be a gray mouse. I am what I am. Because I thought people hated me, and they did because they felt that my energy was like this guy, like I'm the explosion. People don't like it because it makes them feel insecure. Doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. You got that, I mean, Libra rising, natural charm, the lifestyle. You got the lifestyle, and then you got the Taurus energy. Be insatiable. Knight of Pentacles, more Taurus energy, Go towards your goal. Why are you not moving? You feel stuck because you're not moving. Why are you not moving? What is preventing you from moving? Because you want to fit in with the little people? Yeah, I get that, Alex. I get this. People being insecure around you. But they'll say, negative things about you or like ostracize you in some ways because of that. But you got to like remember that you're just vibing in a different way and they're not relevant to your life. This explosive guy is like, he gets it. Just move. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's just different vibrations, if Napoleon was like bothered by what the neighbors think, like he never would have done anything, which probably would have been better, you know what I mean? But like just because he was like, a bit of a homicidal maniac, doesn't mean that we gotta hold yourselves back. But it's that idea of like, why are you holding yourself back? For people who don't even understand your struggle, for people who don't understand your energy, for people who haven't had the lives you've led, who don't have your soul journey, they're not relevant to you. Completely irrelevant. Don't let the peasants tell you what's for dinner, okay? Just saying. The Lovers. And I get it. It's a very isolating, soul-destroying energy because it's like, tall poppy syndrome, right? Or like, whatever, all those like metaphors, and like, what is it, like lobsters, when they like pull down the lobster that's trying to get out of a boiling pot and stuff like that. It's like crowd mentality. People want to be mediocre together. Don't let them do that to you. You're just naturally shiny and bright, and just be like that. Oh, you're gonna celebrate? Well, happy birthday anyway. Celebrate today. You know who you're gonna celebrate with? With this guy. Whoever he is, the spirit, he's gonna celebrate with you. He's gonna set you on fire, like everything on fire. Not literally. But you know what? He'll come and celebrate with you. Ask him to come in. He may even give you his name because he chose to speak with you today because you needed to hear this message. Choose the beauty of life. Choose what fulfills you. You make the choice. But also, it's interesting that we're talking about these energies because in this Lovers, in this deck, this is the Judgment of Paris. These are goddesses, and this is a peasant who's like, not a peasant, but like, a mortal who's making, choosing who is the most beautiful. It's not up to the freaking peasants to choose who is the most beautiful of the goddesses. Remember that. Don't let the peasants tell you like where to stand. Just don't listen to them. Yeah. From Troy. Yeah, from the Troy story. But it's like, the point is, these are Olympian gods, and like, he's pronouncing judgment on them, like, whatever. It's like, I don't know. I don't mean to be snobbish, but I understand it because, and kids go through it when they're bullied at school. A lot of the time, like, it's the kid that actually, like, people feel insecure around that gets bullied the most, It's not the weakest one. People, I think a lot of spiritual boo-boos, star seeds, people who have a lot of history, sorcery and the magic, they have a really hard time with like society in general because we stand out and people feel it, Yeah, don't try. This guy is saying, stop trying to fit in. This is like your biggest issue. Don't list like, okay, the peasant came over. He's like, okay, you're the most beautiful, whatever. Okay, who cares? Okay, peasant, goodbye. Like, don't do that. And then you got your Taurus energy here, the Empress herself, the goddess herself. Look, this is your own journey. You're on your own journey. You don't need anyone else other than your counterpart, the Emperor. You need people on your own level. If it means you got to go on a journey yourself and seek your happiness for another couple of seasons, that's okay. It is better to journey by yourself as the Empress than try and fit in with, disguise yourself as a peasant somewhere. Seriously, it's better to live by yourself in Empress energy with the gods around you. There's spirits of gods around you all the time. Be a Titan, not, a little, like everybody else. Be yourself. And the goddess will bless you. Oh, it's interesting because I was just saying tall poppy syndrome, and there's poppies here. See? You're a tall poppy. She knows it. The goddess of love, the goddess of abundance, the Earth Mother herself knows that. This is your time to shine. I am telling you, celebrate your birthday today with the spirit. Ask him to give you more clues. Maybe you can work with him as your spirit guide, because I think he could really help you, and I think he's willing. I think he's willing to be a guide to you. You can adopt him, you can adopt each other. He can give you energy. You're welcome. This is how you get out of it. I know it's difficult, but do you know how much judgment there is on, like, pretty much everything that I represent? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know. But I never cared. I mean, I cared for a while, but, like, I was kind of born not caring. But then, people shamed me so much. But I got, like, I'm traveling the world. Like, people actually ask me if I, like, people legitimately are like, what's wrong with you? Are you running from the law? You travel so much. Why don't you have children? You're childless. I'm child-free, by choice. All of this, like, it takes, like, a big Vivi to, like, down there, to know, like, who you are and what you need to be doing in life, and to just, like, blank out all the bad voices of society. But, negative judgment will come your way all the time. All the time. It's constant. Haters are fans, Bill. It's not hard, Alex. Change your mind about it. This guy, he blew himself up, okay, for show. Like, he doesn't care. Savagery. It's time to be savage. You're gonna enjoy it once you get into the rhythm of it. It's also, highly satisfying to, like, see people react to someone being savage and in their own, like, power without fearing other people's judgment or trying to fit in. What are they gonna do? Judge you? They're judging you anyway. They have small brains. Okay, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Okay, this is like Blue Angel Love Devil. This turns into Blue Angel Love Devil when I do the lives, because I get triggered and I say, like, bad things about people. But I'm here to protect my star seeds. All the people who get, like, it's almost like I feel like a lot of people who are magical or have, like, some kind of a star path in past lives. It's like we come to this earth with, like, a little invisible mark, and people do come for us. I know that. I know that for a fact. Because we're here to improve the world, and we're children of peace, and there's a lot of people here who are not like that. Yeah, you very well may be, Alex. If you feel it, then it's true. Maybe, and that's your challenge now. Maybe the spirits can help you. The spirit in particular. Work with him. I love this message for you. This is how you're going to get unstuck. Because it's, we're always stuck to things, stuck to fears. Fear is the thing that's going to really trip you up. And remember, life is short. Life is short. Who cares? Aw, that's so sweet. I think the spirit is going to help you. Thank you for asking, Bibi. And happy birthday from the spirits. And, be like that in your love life, too, expect the cream of the crop, okay? Taurus energy, insatiable, baby. Insatiable. I'm thinking, it's like all those energies, like, all those big, like, from Napoleon to Prince to, like, Freddie Mercury, like, Freddie didn't make a career because he was, like, trying to fit in. Imagine what people were saying about him at art school. Who cares? They're all, they're insignificant. They used to make fun of Galileo. You know what I mean? Okay. Bibis, I think I'm going to close the live now because we've had Such a wonderful time. Yeah, Alex, think of Prince. Like, this is the energy. This is the vibe. This is the path. I'm not like other bibs, right? Of course, that's the point. We're not like other girls, Bibbo. We're just not. None of us here. That's why we're here. That's why we have to meet, to support each other and help each other. There you go. Maybe, maybe Freddie can help you as well. There's like all kinds of spirits you can try and work with. Like, just ask for help, light a candle for him or something. Or, maybe he won't come to you as a spirit necessarily, but, some kind of like a fraction or like a part of his energy will, something will come to you, like a dream where, an inspiration. But he comes as a spirit. I've done a necromantic reading with Freddie because I've always, I kind of like adore him. Like, he's my little boo. Cool. So yeah, this is how you ask the dead. You could ask it, like, you could literally ask, like, can Freddie tell me something? Celebrities come through too. I mean, it's energy, so it's not a mediumship reading, Alex. So it's like I'm using the oracle to communicate with the energy of the dead, and the messages come through. I see them in the oracle, and I work with the spirits of the dead anyway, so they're around. But I've had Freddie. I've had messages from Freddie. And you can ask, any spirits, and then the spirit like that will appear. Someone who wants to help, or you can ask, people that have passed, people or just ask for, a message. All right, babies, mommy's tired. Mommy's tired now. Thanks everyone for joining the live today. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. We're going to do more of the necromancy ones because I always forget to do them, but I forget how wonderful they are. And I see that they're really helping some of you. So I love doing these. This is what I live for. This is my work, and love too. They give great love advice. They'll tell you when to, dump someone, with them, when to delete from database. They don't care. All right, my babies. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves from me and the spirits, from the Jinn and Jan. Thank you so much, my bibboos. Take care of yourself and remember to stay moisturized at all times.